Hello guys, welcome to the DFS channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about this boom and crash scalping strategy, okay? And with this strategy, if you ever wonder how 200 candles, 150 candles was catch using a simple strategy, then I'm going to show you guys right now, okay? So let's do the math, okay? So if you count this candle, if you count this candle right from the top up to this area right here, up to this area, you can see it more than 200 candles. Okay, I've already do the math and I've already counted it. Okay, so if you count it right from this area to this area right here, you can see it's more than 200 candles. Okay, and with this strategy right here, you can be able to catch the same candles. Okay, so you just have to stick around and make sure you watch this video to the end so you won't miss any explanation about the strategy. And if you're new to the first channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on post notification. Anytime we post new strategy, you guys will be aware. Okay, so talking about the strategy, we are going to dive into the settings of the strategy. But firstly, let's talk about how you can use the strategy. But you have to keep something in mind. And what is that is you have to make sure that you keep the indicator in mind, okay? Because I'm going to show you guys this. This right here is the MACD and the moving average line you are seeing in our main chart. And this one right here is the moving average, this one right here is the MACD, and this one right here is the loop line. Okay, so keep that in mind so you won't get lost or confused when using this strategy. Okay, so let's talk about how this strategy really works, how you can be able to catch 200, 150 or 100 candles. Okay, so and also know that not every time you are going to be seeing 200 other candles. Okay, sometimes you can catch 30, 50, 70 candles. Okay, depends on how bold you are. So let's talk about how the strategy works. Now, very simple and it's very straightforward strategy. Firstly, we want to see that the both the moving average line and the MACD line come and touch the envelope line. Okay, it doesn't matter if it move outside it or if it just touch it. Just have to touch it. It doesn't mean if you move outside of it. Okay, so after we see the touches, then the next thing we want to do is that we look we look carefully for where the crossover happens, and where that happens right at this spot. Okay, so after we see the touches, we find where the crossover happens. Okay, after we see this crossover, this is what going to give us where we are going to enter for our trades. Okay, so after we see this crossover right here, then the next thing we have to do is just wait patiently on our main chart. And what are we looking for in our main chart? We want to see a candle. Okay, so let me zoom so you guys can see. We want to see a candle close below the MACD and the moving average line. Okay, once we see the candle close below the MACD at the moving average line, something has to happen on the main chart as well. And what is that? We also want to see that the crossover happens between the MACD and the moving average, which you can clearly see it right at this spot. So after two candles, we see that the crossover eventually happens. Okay, so when a candle closes below the MACD and the moving average crossover the MACD as well, then we patiently waiting for another three candles. Okay, after a candle closes below, we wait for the crossover, then we wait for another three candles before we now enter for our trades. Okay, so you enter for your trades. I'm talking about entering your trade right at this area. So when you enter your trades, then that is when you are now going to hold your position and take your profit when you have enough profit. Okay, so as simple as that, guys. So that is how you are going to use this strategy. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another example so you guys have better understanding about the strategy, and we are going to talk about that on crash. Okay, so let's quickly go to crash and then show you guys another example. Now for this a quick example, and this is a recent price move. Okay, so now firstly you want to make sure that we see the line come to come to the envelope line. Okay, we are talking about the overbought envelope line now. Okay, so now after I see that both the MACD and the moving average line come to the overbought line, then we want to now make sure that we see the crossover happens. Okay, which happens right here. So after we see that this crossover happens, then that is when we are now going to be looking into our main chart. And what do we want to see in our main chart is very simple. We just want to see that firstly we want to see a candle close a candle close above the MACD and the moving average. And second thing, we want to see the crossover happens right here. After we see that this crossover happens, and we also see that the moving average candle close above the moving average and the MACD, and we see the crossover happens between each other, then we wait for another 3 candles, talking about these 3 candles right here. So after these 3 candles, we enter at the next candle right here. So this candle we are going to enter our trade with, and we are going to hold our position until we see enough profit. And for the zoom level, so you get confused, for the zoom level, you just have to zoom out completely, then zoom in twice. Okay, so when you zoom in twice, that is the zoom level you are going to be using for this strategy. Okay, so let's talk about the settings of the strategy. Now, how do we add the settings up? Click on this F icon you are seeing at the top. When you click on it, the first indicator we are going to be adding is the moving average. How do we add this up? We click on this F icon at the top, we search for our moving average and click on it. Now for the moving average, the period is 10, shift is 1, method is exponential, apply to weighted close /4, and for the style, I'm using the black color, using color of your choice, and click on save. Then you're going to have the moving average in the chart. Now to the next indicator, which is the Bollinger Bands, we do the same thing by clicking on this F icon at the top. We search for our Bollinger Bands and click on it. Now for the Bollinger Bands, the period is 6, the deviation is 0.50, shift is 0, method is apply to previous indicators data, and I'm using the blue color, so use any color of your choice and click on save, and you're going to have your Bollinger Bands in your chart. Now to the next indicator, which is the envelope line. So how do we add this up? We click on this main chart F plus. Now after we click on it, we first add the RSI up, or we add CCI or stochastic oscillator, any of that indicator, you add it up. So when you add it up, that is where it's going to give you the that's what going to now take you into indicator window 1. So after you add the RSI up, then okay, so let's do this one after the other, so you guys can have better understanding based on for the new traders. Okay, so you click on this F icon here right here. So when you click on this, you can add your IDS up. After you click on it, just click on the ADX and click on save, and it's going to automatically open indicator window 1 for you. So after you open indicator window 1 for you, then you can now click on this F plus right here, and you add your envelope line, which you can see it right here. So click on the envelope line, and then this is the properties for the envelope line. Now the period is 72, shift is 0, deviation is 0.90, method is simple, apply to close, and for the style, for the upper and the lower band, use any color of your choice and click on save. Then you're going to have your envelope in your chart. Okay, so after you add the envelope indicator up, then you now delete this ADX right here. So delete the ADX up, and you're going to have this. Now for the next indicator, which is the MACD, click on this F icon again, we search for our MACD and we click on it. Now you can see this is the MACD right here. So click on the MACD, and for the properties, you just have to set it as default. Now for the color, we only need the signal color, we don't need the main color, we only need the signal. Then click on save. So as you click on save, you're going to have your MACD in your chart. Now for the last indicator, we click on this F icon again, we search our moving average and we click on it. Now for the moving average, the period is 15, shift is 1, method is exponential, apply to close, and for the style, I'm using a black color. Click on save. Once you do that, and you're going to have all the settings you need for this strategy. Okay, so I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on post notification anytime posting strategy. You guys will be aware. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.